First things first, let's go with the sex game. Look, it's cool if you have a great sex game, it's a bonus, but that's not what's gonna keep him intrigued. That's not what's gonna keep him around. There's a ton of females out here that do all the craziest, freakiest, nastiest, dirtiest things you could possibly think of and you never do yourself. But he ain't with them and nobody else is either. The reason being is because that's all they bring to the table, that's all they offer. So in other words, they have no potential for the future other than good sex. He may cheat with them, but he will never probably take them seriously. Prime example, look at all these porn stars out here. We'll watch a video, do what we need to do, then go about our day. Tomorrow a better video will come out, we'll watch that, and then the cycle goes on and on. So never think that your sex is what's going to keep him around. You have to bring more to the table than that. I mean, if you want sex, he can go out and pay for that. So the key is, give him something that he can't pay for, and that'll keep him interested, that'll keep him. So the key here is, give him something that he can't pay for, that he can't just find anywhere. And that's what's gonna keep him around. The next thing to consider is, if you're dating a guy who has plans for himself in the future, and you don't have any plans at all, then he's probably not gonna stick around for that too much longer, because he's gonna consider you a bump in his roadmap of life. And he's not gonna wanna slow down for something like that. He's gonna wanna move on, he's gonna wanna try to find somebody who's on the same page and the same path that he is, because that'll make the transition that much easier. In this particular situation, you gotta kind of put yourself in his shoes. I mean, do you want somebody who's gonna continually hold you back because they don't make plans for themselves? So you always have to bring them up along with bringing yourself up too? That's double the work. Who wants to do double the work? Now, the man's primary role in the relationship is to lead, but you can only lead a person so far. You can only lead them to water so many times and they not drinking. After a while, it's gonna become frustrating and then they're just gonna bounce. So just keep that in mind. If you don't have any goals for yourself, you need to set some goals for yourself if you want to be on the same page with the person that you're next. Defining quality that a man's gonna be looking for to stick around is good money management. Look, if all you ever do is spend, 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 then any guy with any type of common sense or any type of business savvy is gonna see that as a red flag, because all that means you're doing is debiting, 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 and never crediting. There's no way to get ahead that way. He's gonna view you as a liability as opposed to an asset. So in other words, what that means is, you'd rather spend the money as opposed to making it. You'd rather buy that $500 purse instead of buying that $50 purse and invest the other $450 that you would have spent on that $500 purse. You'd rather go out to have a $100 to $200 dinner as opposed to cooking dinner for like 15 to 20 bucks and investing the rest of that money into your future. You'd rather go out every weekend, turn up, or get lit, or whatever the hell they call it now, as opposed to putting that money away and stacking it up for the future. That's not good business. You can be pretty with a great personality, but if you have poor money management and if he has goals like I mentioned a while ago, then eventually you're gonna get ghosted. He's gonna lose interest because he sees that there's no real potential to build on in this particular situation. So don't be surprised when it happens. Final tip, and probably the most defining quality, is knowing when to give him space. For example, with me, it doesn't matter if you want to have a quadruplesome between you, Megan Good, and Roxy Reynolds. If the New England Patriots are playing, you won't have any of my attention. Y'all are gonna have to wait till the game's over. That's just me. For other guys, it might be a different team, it might be a different sport, and it might be Dancing with the Stars. So all you have to do is find out what their personal space kryptonite is, and just leave them be for that time being. After it's over, then all bets are off. Bonus tip though, once they allow you into that space, once I ignore the New England Patriots to come hang with you, or they ignore Dancing with the Stars to come hang with you, then that means they're really interested in you. So that's another way to actually gauge, how interested or intrigued he is with you. So you must be bringing something special to the table if he's ignoring his personal space kryptonite to hang out with you for that night. So just keep that. Just a few tips for you to use them at your leisure. I hope they help. I'm about 99% sure that they will. And while I'm on the subject, I want to send a video shout out to Eugenia Coleman and her company, Think Fresh Wellness. They have an alternative, healthy, holistic approach to a lot of the earthy things out there. The link's going to be below. Definitely check them out. Tell them I sent you. And if you enjoyed everything that you heard, be sure to like, comment, post, share, subscribe. I'm Untouchable Gary, the Top Cat. Be on the lookout for my clothing line, Top Cat. And I'll catch you next time on Knowing the Game.